It's you guys. You're here. You made it. Well done for being so flexible in your schedule that you could join the best live stream on YouTube. Thank you. And well done to all of you. Hi, Stuart.
Hi. Who are you talking to?
The people who are watching us in their bathrooms on their phone while they're on the toilet. Because that's where most people watch
That's
YouTube.
what that smell is.
No,
Gotcha.
that's just your room.
You put that in the dishwasher, didn't you?
We haven't got a dishwasher, so no.
Oh.
That's just called using it for 5 years. Yeah. Boy. I've got 4 more. I did buy a restock when three more when Master Replica had some more. Because, 5 years is pretty good for yeah. But I want one in a film. Because it was a good logo. But then obviously the reflection of the green would be horrendous on this, so. Yeah. I'm going to start a poll!
My God. Go for it. Hi, guys. We're here to talk about things. But hit that like button. 19 of you here, 16 likes. That's great. Let's get to 20. We can do it.
Stranger Worlds Season 4?
We have the technology. What?
We're on to 4? Stranger Worlds? Or is it 3?
3.
Okay. Hi, Matthew. I'm going to double check because neither of us know.
I think it's 3.
Why don't we know? Okay, yeah, it's 3.
Yeah. I knew it. See, I told you.
But why weren't we certain? I don't know, that's weird.
Anyway. Matthew Lebner's here. Awesome. And I want to give a special thank you to Mark1975 in the UK. Hello. So long as it doesn't turn into the sci-fi version of 90210, which should be good. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway. Ooh, 27 people here now. Hit that like button, guys, if you're just joining us. We haven't talked about anything yet.
Apart from this mug!
And this mug. This is a beautiful mug, I tell you what.
In fairness, they must like your mug enough to watch us for 10 years, some people, so.
Maybe it's yours.
Well, if everyone's straight in the chat, then no.
It's true.
Even in Vegas, there was some attention I was given. Very nice. Thank you all.
Go vote on the poll. What show are you most excited for? Stranger World Season 3, Lower Deck Season 5, or Starfleet Academy? This topic.
It was worth pointing out.
Go vote.
It's funny. I feel like as time is passing, which it does, it becomes
fast enough. The stream's not over yet.
It becomes more of a real thing, as if there was something very intangible about the Academy show. I'm assuming it's because it's been talked about for my entire life, and I've known about it for at least since I was 10 or so, even though it's not when it was made. But I remember hearing the failed ideas. So just the concept has been a thing.
But it's Alex Kurtzman's idea. He's a genius.
Is he?
No, he's really not.
That's what I've heard.
But he wants to take the credit for the Starfleet Academy. That's my idea. It's not, though. But thank you.
Well, his spin will, I assume if he's that involved, he will say, I want this spin on the formula. So it will be his idea. Because you can take the Academy any direction. It's a very, very open formula. Mm-hmm. Like, I would personally be fine with each episode of the season is like a new lecture course, and the course is something interesting. Maybe go to the holodeck and then utilize that thing. So it's kind of like a weirdly episodic, but it's like, yeah, we're learning with the people and we get a real sense of them. But of course, it's the future timeline, so who the hell cares? Because every tech is old.
Yeah.
Which I actually forgot until this moment. I was excited. I was more excited than I remembered that when it was set. Anyway, I'm going to start sharing.
Go for it. I'll tell everybody hit like again. Hit like, everyone. Go vote in the poll. Participate in the chat. super chat if you can. Super chatting helps us out immensely. We want to hear your thoughts on this and where you think the show should go, where you think it might go, all of the things. We do read every super chat, so please consider super chatting. It supports the channel and helps out the YouTube algorithm gods to show our videos to people. Also, there's a join button down there. You can join the channel on YouTube here, or you can head on over to Patreon/Trekyards or support us over there on a monthly basis as well. All of that is very appreciated and helps us immensely. So if you can, please do. And yeah, we look forward to seeing you guys be in our credits and, you know, have all that fun stuff going on, because you get your name in the credits of every edited video. So please consider doing so. We appreciate all of you. And some of you have been here forever, and we appreciate that. 10 years. It's going to be 10 years in October that we've been around, and we're excited about that. So thank you for joining us. 32 of you here, 22 likes. Hit that like button. That's a free way to help us out, or just share the content around to anybody you think might like it. We do enjoy our Star Trek, as you can tell. And if you also enjoy Star Trek, come here for good conversations and good community to help us out. And also make sure that you click those links down below to the Teespring and the TeePublic store. Some really cool Trekyards merch, which we want to see. We saw one in Vegas at least, and that was Ray Ricks sporting the Trekyards gear, and we loved it. So do that thing.
I love Ray in general. He was a very fascinating man, as you guys know, of the legacy of Ray from many things he's been involved in with commenting. He has a very interesting life. And it's like, and we just work in our offices and do things on the computer-ish. And he's like, what? You've done this? And this? And this? And this? And... Anyway, it's not a Ray Lovathon, but, you know. Anyway, hi. Alright, take it away, Stuart.
39 of you here, 25 likes, hit the like button. Alright. I thought that was SVS Guru for a second, but it's Sussy Guru 2000. I don't know if it changed his name or if it's a new...
Must be. It's euros, anyway, which implies it might be the same lad.
€5. I give it about a 5% chance that it will be possible.
Wow.
It's a great way to kick things off. Sweet.
Or are they saying that's a 95% chance it'll be great? Because possible is the low bar.
Ooh. Yep. Yeah,
we could.
Perfect.
What's it called? Glass half full. Right?
Sure. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It might be fantastic. We don't know yet. Considering when it's set and it's just basically a continuation of Discovery, I'm not so optimistic. I'm not so half glass fullish on that one, but who knows? Who knows? Anything's possible.
It all depends on the context. But I also feel like this... So, like Lower Decks is what it is, and they've not really changed it much in the years. Prodigy was all 40 conceived at the start, and they had 2 seasons of worth of idea, as in, one season was very much solo, one season was very much part of Starfleet. That was its thing. They didn't have a chance to change much season 2 after season 1. Strange Worlds actually are changing, tweaking it as they go. That's quite... But the idea was so strong at the start, they're like, we'll tweak, but we're going to stay with what we are. Discovery is one that changed every year, basically, with winds... You know, with the wind. So, with all those things, I mean, how many misses have they felt to the viewership? How many hits with Picard? Should they not have learned lessons? You know, from the recent 5 years. So even if this is a concept that we don't know how it's going to be applied, if they just looked back at the previous successes, so Strange Worlds, it's fun and the characters are really strong. Cool. Which should be anyway the case, right? That's a good objective. Picard, it really well utilised nostalgia and clever storytelling, pushing it forward. Cool. Lower Decks, crossover with Stranger Worlds, that was a real highlight for both. Prodigy, they're not going to learn anything because they think it's a failure, because it didn't do very well. So if you take those things into account, if that's what they're learning, it should be fun, interesting characters that's bouncy, a falling acorn unit, and most importantly, a nostalgia well crafted. That's what they should have learned, right? If you're going on, yeah.
But I have no faith that they've learned any of that. So, as much as you just spoke there, I'm still like, as you're going through it, I'm mentally checklisting. Nope, they didn't learn that. Nope, they didn't learn that.
But the Doctor from Voyager, that's nostalgia. That's cleverness of old characters.
And Keith Jeffries says, if it has Admiral Vance, it will be good. He's
only a guest star. He's only a guest.
Exactly. Just getting to that. Is he a regular or is he just a guest star? Then how often will he show up? It would be great because he's a fantastic character and a good actor.
Although, of course, a guest star is only such that, like, a regular means you're contracted for every episode, you're paid way more, and you get bigger rights for, like, a dressing room and names in credits. Guest star might mean he says, oh, I can only shoot between January and August, but I can't do the other half of the year. So he might be in, like, 7 of the 9, or whatever. Yeah. So guest can be, or he could literally be...
7 of 9? He might be in 7 of 9? What a scandal!
What a twist! Or it could
Vance
be...
is in 7 of 9. I'm sorry.
Or he could be a guest, or he could be a guest like Garrick, and you think he shows up lots, but he's only in, like, 20 episodes out of the many, because he's not in many. So... the guest could be absolutely the spectrum, and not even that. But Tilly could be a guest, like Brent Spiner was a guest Enterprise. He was in a 4-parter, so he could, so she could be just the intro and the outro, right?
Yeah, well, apparently she's not a regular from the sounds of things. She's also a special guest. So, I mean, it's interesting because a lot of special guest stars in shows do tend to go on to have bigger parts.
A ton, yeah.
Like Garrick wasn't originally supposed to be in DS9 as much, but everybody loved his character so much that they wrote him in and like bigger part. Yeah, well, absolutely, yeah. So who knows? But the fact of bringing in the Doctor
is the biggest win.
Or whether it's the EMH from Voyager or, as you said, the one from
Future Witness,
Living Witness.
There we go.
Either way would work and be great. So you wouldn't have to age him up like you did in the thumbnail, because
he's already there.
He's a hologram, right? So, and he still looks great, honestly. He doesn't look much older than he did.
Although it's funny, it makes you appreciate how young he actually was when he did it. Because I always thought everyone in the cast of Voyager except Tom and Kim were middle-aged. Because that's they just were adults, right? But the fact that Picard now looks so young... then how he is now. He looks good now, but he looks not young. But obviously if he was in his 30s, that's because everyone looked older than they do now. How old is Rob Picard? He's Jesus Christ. Okay, I'm gonna look.
67, I want to say.
So how old is he in Voyager? Because if he's my age in Voyager, it's like, oh no.
Yeah.
He's 70.
Okay, I was 2 years off.
I think they're 70. And that used to be old, but he's like, yeah, he's fine.
I know, right?
70.
I used to look at like 40 or 50-year-olds when I was younger, thinking they were old. And here I am at 50, still playing video games, still doing stupid shit.
The same as 40, basically, because I've known you the whole damn time.
Exactly.
But you always how fresh-faced he was as the EMH, which is fun with him, because you have fresh-faced EMH, well, you have young cowboy in a space, fresh-faced EMH, normal but older, mature-looking guy from Stargate Atlantis, and now he's like old man Picardo. Which is fine. It's just interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Mark Lawrence throws in $5. Was thinking to differentiate both Doctors. Living Witness Doctor is de-aged, and Doctor that made it back on Voyager is Picardo, as he is. Mm-hmm. That'd be cool. It'd be cool to have 2 Doctors. Will they? I don't know. One will be called the Doctor because he hasn't decided on a name yet. The other one will be named Joe.
Yeah. So he was 42 at the start of Voyager, which about feels right. So he was just a young looking a goodish looking 42-year-old.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay, I was right. It's just it's interesting how much anyway, near the hell there. I mean 2 would be great, and if they're truly working into him being an actual lead, which we know he can lead a show in terms of like episodes, we know he can lead episodes, no issue, in several different contexts. If he is genuinely one of the top people, which would of course bring in a lot of interest back in, having then 2 gives him a bigger arc, because that might be, if you're really going to go fun canon with it, alluding to what you're saying, part of the story of season 1 or even into 2 could be the real him at home, and then the other him comes back finally. It took him 600 years to get home, and that's a plot point. It's like, what? And he gets to play 2 entirely different characters, which he would love. That would be an insane Voyager payoff. Just madness. You wouldn't need to de-age him, really. You just do the... Like, for example, our one has grey hair, the other one has black hair. That's all you need to do to make him feel different enough. I mean, or hair. Just give him a wig, right? I mean, Endgame Janeway, she felt notably older with white hair, different look, and a little bit of makeup. And she felt, you know, I mean, it was very effective, considering she wasn't any older. The same day she shot stuff. I know. What do you think? The great
thing is... Sorry, go ahead.
What do you think about that as a framing narrative for that, kind of having that be like? Would that be meaningful to see how that he would react to the other him and as a storyline?
Yes, that'd be fantastic. Again, I don't have faith that they're going to do that.
No.
Do they even know Living Witness exists and what it means?
Well, yes, clearly.
Do they though?
Yes, they wouldn't put him in. They wouldn't put this character in the present of that future without knowing that context. Yeah, that's
I don't have
research.
faith that they know that they know their basic research.
Well,
you saw Discovery, right?
But these aren't the Discovery people. This is not Brian Fuller. This is not Michelle Paradise. Although she was better.
You are so optimistic about this goddamn show.
Well, it's a different team.
Doesn't matter.
Every team after Discovery's been better.
They changed teams 15 times a season in Discovery. It didn't help.
It helped some.
Sometimes.
Michelle's better.
Oh my god. Yeah. Anyway, let's move on to a super chat here from Sassy Guru 2000.
He is sassy.
20 euros. Thank you so much. That was amazing. What I hope for the show: First Duty and Valiant, the follies of youthful overconfidence of Starfleet's up-and-coming talent, and then learning from it. What I expect: soap opera-style teenage melodrama. You can have both and be good still, not CW.
Oh no! Show congrats.
Quality. But yeah, I mean, I have no problem with First Duty and Valiant type stuff going on, because that's what this show should be based on the premise, I think. And having Admiral Vance having to... I'm almost wondering if this is going to be like a Charlie's Angels type deal, where Admiral Vance is in charge of the Special Forces unit. It's like, you young cadets there, you're like Red Squad. Come here. Go on this mission. I don't know if that's what it's going to be, but I love that Vance is there to be like the, you done fucked up, kids. I don't know. But the Valiant idea is interesting because, well, first of all, I thought the Valiant idea in DS9 was kind of stupid. Here's these kids, the crew died, just taking the ship, doing their thing.
Doesn't it feel like Red Squad? Just the way they frame that silliness of this ultra competitive, ultra intense team. It's like, yeah, I buy it. It's dumb, but I buy it, which is a successful plot.
Yes.
And the fact they get their comeuppance, that helps sell it. It's like, yeah, it was dumb, and they all died because it was dumb.
But now they're going to be Burgundy Squad. Or Maroon Squad.
There'll be 5 of them, then Maroon 5.
Yeah.
Okay,
Anyway.
now I love what people... okay, so there's a few ways of playing this. Now, they have said, of course, that they built the largest set ever. Great, cool, super. But, oh, BJ Turin, you're ruining the live. Don't do it! No, it's fine. We'll do that as another live. So, if the people in charge of this show were big DS9 fans, you'll see where I'm going in a second, then they would know that the negative startup of DS9, a lot of that is because it's on a goddamn station being static. Big part of the initial faulty premise, and it only got good when they added layers on top of that, and the Defiant was a huge part of that, to the point where they had a whole season that were away from the station, at least the main characters were. So if they actually were to learn the lessons of the past, it would be an Academy show with a ship ready to go on adventures, and all you need is a bridge set, really, maybe a corridor, right? You don't need that much more. Yeah. So you could have the full cake, eat the full cake, and given this is a LED wall show, I'm guessing, having them go on a ship to planets to do Academy things would allow you to have every bit of the teaching, bit of the grounds, which are cool, and then go on a mission. So actually you achieve both things, which then also gives you the episodic, the multi-episodic arc, meaning if a thing is happening and you have to then, by episode 2, say, and by episode 6 of 8, you have to go somewhere further away, then you can stay off the Academy grounds for 2 episodes, 3 episodes, and make it a more feel like a classic Trek, and achieve that versus being stuck in the grounds and having lots of scenes on benches. Which is okay if it's really, really good. We've all seen teen dramas that are really good, right? They absolutely exist. And we can watch Friends, they bloody well sit in a coffee shop and drink coffee for hours. That's still engaging, right? But you need very specific formulas for that to be good. So what do you think about having a proper commitment to a ship and doing missions? Not just a shuttle, a ship.
Well, I don't think that they're going to do a shuttle, first of all. Second of all...
Not a shuttle.
This is Starfleet Academy. They are... After the burn, they need to... get more people out there.
Yeah.
But I think multiple ships, like you would go on field trips, right? It could be 2-3 episodes on a particular ship, and then go back to Starfleet, do something there, and then have to go to another mission to learn something else. I don't know if they would have that kind of training style in the future. Plus, you also got to remember that they could do holodeck training, so you could see practically anything. But one dedicated ship for Starfleet, I don't know if I like the idea of that. I do like the idea of different ships.
Why not the one?
It'd be the Enterprise. Mirror Universe Enterprise.
Enterprise A.
We need to save on set costs, so we're going to use all the assets we have in Toronto.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
In fairness, do it right, that would be a fine holodeck episode. Get everyone in Strange Worlds uniform, do a training on the Enterprise with Spock. That's not a bad episode, let's be honest. Especially if the Doctor's there. Imagine the EMH running around with Ethan Peck as Spock.
Yeah.
Okay, you've sold me on it. There you go, Stuart. Cannon.
Damn it, man. I'm a doctor, not a computer. Yeah.
God, it would be hilarious, though. I mean, this would be absolute insanity if they were like, right, we're going to give you 500k an episode. You're like, seriously, is that it? Because normally it's like 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 million. 1 million is really low, but you can do it on a million. And you literally have, let's say 2 episodes either side of, let's say there's 8, right? So 2 episodes either side are their own show. The middle 4 are all the holodeck simulation on board the Strange World Enterprise where they get stuck. Whole 4 episodes. Full set reuse. But you know what? That'd be hilarious. Because there's no stakes, so you can make it really kind of entertaining and just go stupid with it. And fun and silly. And bring those actors in as guest things for those episodes. I'd actually totally watch that. Like, Vance walks onto the Enterprise and chats to Pike and they both compare hair. Like, that would actually... I would actually totally do that, knowing I've got a full spaceship set.
Yeah. Yeah. Although with serialized storytelling, I'm not sure that would be the case. I mean, I hope it feels more episodic, almost like Strange New Worlds is doing, because I just think in general that works better. For this show, following some specific cadets, though, I don't have a problem with serialized as long as it's good. The problem that I have is Giamatti, whatever the hell his name is, being the bad guy, and apparently he's going to be a Klingon. So we actually get to see a 32nd century Klingon, which is interesting because we haven't seen that yet. I don't know why we need a bad guy in a Starfleet Academy show. What does bad guy mean? Is he just antagonist? Is he a professor at the Academy? He's the Klingon Snape. Just being a pain in the ass to the students. I don't know. And Holly Hunter. Oh, good God. I forgot Holly Hunter was going to be on this.
And as I said to you before, I know who she is. Then you pointed out something I've seen her in. I'm like, what was she in? I've already forgotten that she was in.
Batman v Superman.
Yeah, thank you. See, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I still don't. I mean, I do now. You've reset it, but it's like, oh yeah. I guess.
So I don't know. What does bad guy mean? Is it just antagonist? Is it? I don't want it to be universe or galaxy ending stakes like every fucking season.
Maybe by season 7, you know, we really love the characters, you know. Can you imagine if it's 2030, we're in season 6 of the Academy show, we're reviewing it, and I play this back, and you're like, oh, fucking, it's going to be shit. And we're like, it's the longest running modern Trek show. Starfleet Academy, Paul Giamatti's best work. He's won 3 Oscars.
It might be great. He wouldn't win an Oscar. He'd win an Emmy.
He's won both somehow,
or a
Stuart.
Golden Globe.
He won all 3. He also sung, so he won a Grammy.
Will there be a musical episode? Good question, Sam.
Oh.
Let's move on to another super chat, though. See what you guys are saying.
Yes.
Olivia Julius, $10.
Thank you.
Did you know that Sam has never been drunk in a drunkyards? Let's change that this weekend. help give Marie the best birthday gift ever, the drunkest first officer in England.
There's so much truth to that in a sense. Yeah, we always have fun. So yes, this weekend is Marie's 30th birthday. So my long-term at this point girlfriend's 30th birthday. Obviously, it was a little bit earlier in the month, but this is the celebration as well with you guys. We've got some fun little games planned. Might even do like a TV rank. I might do some things that involve interaction because that would be fun. Because Marie's here. Once she has a few drinks in her, she's very talkative. So we'll do like TV show rankings, and you can see a heated debate with me and her. Or we can like, can you imagine if I do like uniform ranking with her, and she's like, I love that, hate that, and we're just like we arguably fight on uniform designs. That could be kind of funny. Like and we're gonna do a punch bowl situation whereby we have a selection of liquor, and you guys super chat to add to the punch bowl and get it just terrible, and then there'll be like maybe a camera on it so we can like get from the punch bowl. It's a whole thing, and this is our very strong punch, and just a bit silly, right? I'm trying to be festive, because I want to celebrate her and help us out as well.
I might make an appearance depending on timing, but I do have something to do on Saturday, but we'll see.
Cool thing, yeah.
But yeah, tune in this weekend for that.
Yeah, I'm excited. Marie's a hard one to book, so it's very nice of her to want to do it and celebrate with you guys. It's nice.
Indeed. And Dan Ben says, according to Paramount Plus, Giamatti will play a season's villain, a man with an ominous past connected to one of our cadets. Ooh. Did he raise the cadet? Is it like Dal and that Ferengi woman? That kind of thing? I can see that working. It's like the cadets trying to better themselves, going to Starfleet Academy, was raised by kind of a sketchy Klingon, and he shows up again to kind of has something over them that they don't want exposed, so there has them doing stuff behind the scenes, causing trouble. I could see that working. That I don't mind.
Gosh, well done, Dan. Didn't they manage to win Stuart over? Good job. Although it would be so rewardingly, refreshingly different if the stakes were so damn low. It's just one of their
so damn low. Is that what you said?
Stakes were so damn low.
Okay, sorry. I was like, what is happening now?
I know it's on Stuart's mind. No, if the stakes were so low that it's just like one of their dads, and he's like a bit pissed at the school, and he like causes trouble for them as like a PTA meeting, like the equivalent, like really low stakes, but he's one of their dads, and dad's like, and the guy's like, stop it, dad, no, you must be, like that could be it, right? That could be the joke. It could be super like light and friendly, and which would be great. The reason I say that is because then you would be able to have a Klingon student, and more Klingon culture is a good thing. At least if done well, of course.
Yeah, sure. That would work.
Oh, Mark's looking forward to Saturday. It's already birthday in 2 weeks. Yes, I mean, hey, anybody's birthday is around this date of the Saturday. Let us know. We'll all, have a drink for you all. Celebrate the love, because we're a community here. That's all of the point.
And our birthday's next month, October. It's coming up quick. Trekyards' birthday.
Yes, sorry. Yeah. I thought you said something else. Yes. We have plans and things and bobs, and they're all in various stages in production.
Merlosto says, I can already hear Rich and Mike dying internally when doing a brave attempt at watching this. Jay trapped them just Saw style. I don't know. They haven't watched Lower Decks that I know of, even though they had Jack Quaid on, and
Did they?
Yeah, they did.
What was that?
They've never mentioned Lower Decks at all. They've never reviewed it, and they've also never reviewed Strange New Worlds. So Red Letter Media confuses me. I love them, but
really.
Oh yes.
What is this? I always find that if I wait a while to watch the content, then I have more things to enjoy after. So I tend to like give it a breath, then come back and like binge their stuff, because their stupid stuff is so good that you can forget about it and then return to it later.
Yeah. All right. What is next? BJ throws in $2. So looking forward to Section 31 film. I was actually thinking about that on the way home today in the car.
I'm so sorry.
Went to the store, picked something up on the way home. I'm thinking, okay, what are we gonna say about Academy? Then I'm like, oh my god, when is Section 31 coming out? They just had a trailer. We got to cover that too. and I kind of got scared. But I was on my own street, so then I pulled in my driveway and completely forgot what I was thinking about Section 31. So
I forgot it was a thing until this live.
Right, so did I, until I was driving today, and it's like, oh, some new Trek coming out. We're going to be busy. We've got Strange New Worlds coming up, Lower Decks, and then the Starfleet Academy show, and what are we going to say about it? And then, oh, shit, yeah, Section 31. When is that coming out? Yeah, that was the thought process there.
Yeah, literally until that super chat, which I obviously pre-read and commented on when it came in, entirely forgot it was a thing. Now, I think it could be a great thing for us to review and get views on, which I'm fine with. And in fairness, we've never reviewed a Trek movie because we started, beyond, but I mean like in this format with this like in that way. So that's exciting. I don't know if I believed the way I said that. That was not. I should do another live. Like, yeah, that's exciting. Yes, but I believe that now.
And then my thought process went to, I'm going to be so negative about it, I can just tell. But I don't want to be thought of like nerd erotic. That went through my head. I don't want people like, yeah. So
clicking off because you don't like it.
And then I started thinking about nerd erotic and like how much money he makes. What's he doing?
Picking mid valued wasn't a moneymaker, was it? Really?
Not reading super chats.
Gosh, if we had such hate for Discovery, we could be 3 times the channel right now.
Ugh.
Exactly. But you guys come here for the balanced discussion point, as is visible from my many positive potentials for this new show. That said, and I do remember we did at some point a joke re-listen to one of our lives about Discovery, and I was saying such positive potential things, and you laughed like in a maybe. And then real you present day was like, hey, you had such high hopes, you fool. And you derided me heavily for my absolute positivity that was entirely unjustified. So I do remember that, you know.
And remember, oh, what's Lower Decks going to be like? Don't know. It's animated. That's weird. What's Prodigy going to be like? I was confident from the beginning that Prodigy was going to be good. I want to go on record.
Yeah, there's a record in that, yes.
It is the absolute best new Trek.
Yeah, given the amount of time spent on Prodigy content, given the initial thoughts I had on the ship design and the characters, kind of striking, really. The hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours of production time worked on those things. Unexpected, to say the least. Yeah. Yeah. Oops.
So this whole last 5 minutes of discussion just basically comes around to the fact that this show could be good. I don't have faith that it's going to be good because it's going to be too much like Discovery. You're convinced it's going to be good. It's a new team. No. Let's rewind the live. It's a new team, Stuart. It'll be fine.
Well, fine is not good. Fine is fine.
You didn't say fine.
I didn't say good. Don't misquote me.
What did he say, guys? You're probably paying more attention than I am.
Yeah, I don't think I said good because that'd be too far.
Okay. Anyway, Section 31. Moving on. Matthew Webner, $10. Thank you so much. Matt. Does anyone think this is the first class after Discovery ending or years later? Starfleet is back on Earth. Could this be the formation of Starfleet Academy post-burn? It could be. I think it's probably going to be set a year or so after Discovery ended, but not the old Burnham sending Discovery off. I don't think.
That'd be a hell of a jump. Goodness.
They got the new uniforms though, the cool new uniforms. So maybe they'll milk that and have Vance older with the new style uniform that Burnham had. That'd be kind of neat, but I don't think they're going to do that.
Well, that's just a hassle. Any actor you bring back from Discovery has to be heavily make-up to be older. That's a lot of faff.
Mm-hmm.
And Tilly would have to be, not young anymore.
Dan Ben says, what is the abbreviation for the show? It'll be SFA, probably. Just like the game, Starfleet Academy.
Or STA. Or STFA, Star Trek. STS.
Yeah.
Because normally there is a S. No. But I mean, we know the Academy is already a thing in season 5. It's a plot point. So this isn't like the first New Year. But yes, guys, super chat your thoughts, comments, and questions. We are in the final part of the month, so every super chat absolutely matters to help us out with our Vegas costs, which have now been done. Help us out. Be part of the community, as you know. 80 viewers, amazing. Guys, do tune in on Saturday for our Drunk Yards. And this is a any super chat for any drinking, for any thing. As you can imagine, when you get, 4 hours in, you can get quite sloshed and the fun can happen. Pretty great.
Hi. Sorry.
Hello. No, I say, the Academy is there in season 5 of Discovery, so it's not brand new. It's not the first class, nor is it even the first tester class, right? Narratively, it makes sense to skip 1 year just for that you can kind of reset the board a bit, especially as they kind of did that in Discovery anyway. They don't want to deal with a post-burn mop-up. They just sort of, you later. So it makes sense if you want to go even further to kind of allow for more status quo. Absolutely fine. Maybe 5 years. Every actor could do 5 years, no problem.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing. The closer to a show, the more you have to keep with it. If you put it forward, yeah.
Should we mention the little nuggets we might have got in Vegas?
Sure.
Because you were quite the cheeky little bastard when you're talking to people from Discovery.
Yeah.
Dropping a whole, and you're going to show up in Discovery or in Starfleet Academy show, right? Well, yeah. So yeah, you could get people coming back from Discovery, which I think would be fine. I don't hate the people, the characters necessarily, and they deserve better writing, honestly. So bring them back.
Just writing.
Yeah.
As in scenes. There was never the problem with them or the actor, or even the character, just the lack of scenes.
Yeah.
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 It would be kind of funny though if let's say during season 4 they were told that we're doing a spin-off in your era and we want to give all of you the guest star treatment where you come in, which is something that we've said as the Doctor Who community for a while, that Jodie's best episode might be her guest spot as a guest doctor, because it won't be the writer who wrote her. So it might be her best work. So in the same vein, bring in one of the Discovery people who then feels like a legacy, because they are technically, although they're not the same longevity as even Kess, right?
Mm.
Then they can be the centre of the entire episode, or a whatever, and give more lines. You could easily write one episode of Academy with more lines for Reese or Bryce or Awashcom or Detmer than the entire 5 seasons of Discovery. One episode, you could do that without any oh wow, they've never seen. No, you could do that in one episode, and that'd be absolutely fine with me. Right? Give them a lead role, bring them in. They've all a higher rank. They've all got promoted throughout the show. They've all got experience. Tilly needs to ask a friend.
And yeah, Merlos says Starfleet Academy would be SA because it's 2 words, Starfleet Academy. Yeah, but Starfleet Command is SFC in the gaming community, so you can break it up. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I don't know what the abbreviation will be. It'll probably be a CAD or something.
Yay for those damn shirts. Which some people love and some people find cringy a bit. Yes.
Yeah. SVS Guru, sorry, Sussy Guru, Jesus, 2000. It's in €5.
Thank you.
Mike has watched Lower Decks and liked it. Oh, has he? Okay, I haven't heard that. I haven't heard that he mentioned that.
Picks didn't happen.
Yeah, just review it. Why review only the shit you don't like?
Well, more views, of course, but also if you just like something, praising it's not, Plus, I mean, other guy's name being
Rich.
Yeah. I mean, having him break down in horror is certainly funnier, and having his brain melt.
Sure.
But no, this is obviously me adding. But yeah, if there's a ship they go and fly on, if they've got actual assignments, and again, LED wall, 7 of the 8 could be going to a planet, Andoria, Teller, Riser, easy peasy. You just walk across the soundstage to your left, You film a cool alien thing. You can do really interesting vistas. They've learned a lot by using it a few times. Obviously, that means you can also do holodeck style stuff and be on old bridges or things to some extent. I mean, that's again really easy. And we saw what Picard did with Enterprise D. If they were really smart, they would have an episode where they go on the holodeck, their holodeck, and they recreate, let's say, Voyager's bridge and just build the front, just build the middle bits. If there's an early wall and they have some good scenes, and you because that's the thing. In the olden days, green screen, you could tell it was digital, but you could make that look almost there. Really, the way you shoot, but way closer in terms of real, because it'd be lit properly and really, really close. And it'd be cheap, relatively cheap, especially like TNG. You just move the horseshoe over, and the chairs. Boom, you've got Enterprise D bridge with LED wall. That's it. That's
They're
it.
not going to do that.
No, of course they won't. But that is all they have to do, and they would get
I know.
so much love fest. It's so easy.
There's lots of easy wins for them, but they're not going to do it.
Enterprise D, you just build a goddamn middle chair because the rest of the bridge is so far away. It would, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then you got the Enterprise E bridge, or even, you know, maybe you have a character, and this is more of well, it all depends who they're appealing to, which audience. For example, if they had a character in the show who is like low-key holodeck addict, which is interesting, right? And all the time off they go to the holodeck and live adventures, which you get to see some of. And it's a problem because they can't quite connect with reality, or some episodes they're like, is that hallucination? Is it not? Like, super interesting concept. Done with Barclay, but now to the absolute nth degree, right? Maybe there's even a little meta joke of like, you can choose to work from home, study from home, which is the holodeck in your own house or in your dorm. So you don't have to go into the holodeck. And then you can be like handsomer and all these cool things as part of the program. You know, you could play with some interesting ideas given the fact that it's, you know, mega future holodeck. And win by having old tech things, and it's just so easy. Or bigger sets. Like Voyager Engineering, that'd be easy to LED wall as well. It's so big. Or a cargo bay, but yeah, there are things.
Yeah.
But you have no hope and no trust.
I don't. And there's been many times where you said, all they gotta do is do this and show a monster maroon and all the stuff you would do.
Yes.
And then I'm like,
I do in fact. Wait.
Yeah. And I'm like, they won't do that. And you're like, huh? And then of course they never did. So I'm always right.
Oh, always, yeah.
When it comes to that. So I'm telling you right now, they're not going to do that.
Even the Monster Maroon, as perfect as that is, they couldn't help but change it for Stranger Worlds.
Exactly.
It's fine that they could, logically, but they could just have used it and won all the points.
Yep. Yeah.
Couldn't.
Okay, let's stop talking about the abbreviations, guys. And they all have ST in front of them, officially. Dan.
Yes.
Anywho's.
Yes. Oh, interesting. Mario, everything you just described is what Prodigy did. That's the Academy show, and they dumped it. Well, what do you mean? They didn't recreate, except Kobayashi Maru, and that was one of the best episodes, and that was everyone loved that. And that was.
Well, he's saying they dumped the show that is the best of the shows because of doing what you say to do. So they're not going to do that with Academy, because they don't want to do. But got rid of Prodigy, for fuck's sakes.
But that's different. Animated is less views by default, so that was always going to be worse than live action. Didn't get a good promotion, and it was broken up. They're not doing that for Academy, and that wasn't Starfleet based. The first one's put people off. This is Starfleet based, so it's an entirely different show. I disagree. Had it been a live action Prodigy show with the same storyline, it would have been more popular. Just anyway, you would
more
have
people would watch it.
Yeah, and then it would have grabbed more of an audience because it's so good storytelling.
Yes, BJ, we've been talking about this for years, that they should do stuff like this, revisiting old shows. Yep, every show, every next episode. It'd be cool if they did this. Yeah.
No, I obviously using the past to generate the future is, risky in a sense, because fine. But also, it's unlike most things. So, for example, horror films like Friday the 13th, right? If you're bringing back a villain from a previous movie where it's a one-time, one contrived or whatever, that's like, oh, nostalgia. But in a interactive universe, where it's a living, breathing canon. Bringing back an old design or an old character, if it serves the story, is encouraged because it adds to the nuance. Inventing new like in Star Trek Beyond, 50 new aliens, 50 new years. I can only think of 2 of them, and they're the leads. So they put that work in. Had they recreated 50 aliens from 50 years of Trek, they might be people recreating them for fandom because like, wow, they did really amazing Andorian, really amazing Tellar, you know. Versus 50, none of them went anywhere. They were all just like faff because they could.
Yeah.
So it's a different approach. But
yeah. Before we get to the next super chat, I wanted to say, so the Earth isn't in the Federation anymore. But when they visited Earth last time, the big tree that Tilly studied under was still there. Do you think they're going to return Starfleet Academy to Earth, or do you think it's all going to be on the space station or Starfleet HQ or a separate location? Because it'd be kind of cool if it returned to Earth, honestly. But thoughts? What would you do? Okay, never mind. What do you think they'll do?
No, jump in, Joe. I want to hear your thought.
I was just going to say, it'd be cool if Earth finally rejoins the Federation. I don't think they officially did in Discovery. I wasn't really paying attention. But it'd be cool to put Starfleet headquarters or Starfleet Academy back on Earth and kind of a new era for Starfleet of like Earth's back in the Federation, you know. I think that'd be kind of neat. That's what I wouldn't mind seeing.
I would not be surprised if episode 1 is Tilly, Vance, standing in Starfleet Academy, so picture this, standing in Starfleet HQ, standing set from Discovery, and the thing drops out of warp at Earth, as we know it can, and Tilly says, do you ever think you'd see this day, Admiral? Well, cadet trainer Tilly, I had hope. Cut to exterior, you see a brand new Discovery era ship flying in, and there's a news bulletin on the audio saying, on this, the day of Earth's rejoining the Federation. Big change ahead for the fledgling Federation. The Academy is now in stages of being set up, and the Articles of Power being moved to Earth. Hard cut back to the space station, and Vance is there, and we hear a voice, and it's the EMH doctor saying, well, it took you guys long enough. He walks in, new uniform, which is the new standing uniform, which we'll see later on, introduced. Vance is like, good to see you, Doctor. How was your trip to the Delta Quadrant? Better than the last time I was there. Ha 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 ha, joke. Tilly gives him a big hug. Perfect. They know each other. And then they say, you ready to beam down to the Academy? Ready if you are. Instant beam, boom, introduce the new courtyard set, and we start the show.
Perfect. That gets 98% yay from me.
It's as if I do this not for a living, but for a substantial amount of my day. Yeah, and that would be an amazing, and as an intro to the Doctor as well. That's such a fun. Like I told you, so many different plot points in 2 minutes, didn't I? Organically.
Yeah. No, that's great. That's good.
Yeah, and it'd be nice because I think that would be the best way to start the season is at Earth. That's now the testament. That's the starting point because then you can just move forward, and it becomes a fresh academy building. Which would actually be kind of amazing if that's part of the plot, that maybe like whoever built the academy has secret rooms or there's stuff that's been seen or like you can have layers to a brand new structure, which would be fun.
Yeah. Ozzy though throws in $5, so thank you, Ozzy. This riddle we'll discover had the shuttle bay door in the series. I don't think Discovery is going to. Wow.
It could.
It could be. Especially if it's set. Yeah, prior to that last scene in Discovery.
I mean, they've got a spore drive ship ready to go. It could be useful. And in fairness, they would play it like a giant hurrah if Michael Burnham walked back in. It'd be like Captain Picard in and she might be in episode 1, right? She might be, as they used to do, handing off one show to the other. The victorious final scenes of her.
I'd like to see Stamets return, honestly, as an instructor. Yeah. Maybe an instructor of engineering. New forms of engineering that you haven't thought of yet. Like the chocolate. Never mind. I was going to sound really bad. I'm not going to say that. Anyway, I think
my man
everybody...
of class.
I know, right? I think every Discovery character can make an appearance and be good.
Yep. And better, because they're all able to... This is the weird thing about having guest stars. You're paying new money at a negotiated higher rate to bring them in. So if you're, let's say you're paying 50k to bring them in for one episode, you ain't going to have them sidelined because you just spent bonus money on them. Versus a series regular, you give them $1 million for the year, whatever you do with them is up to you, or nothing. So they actually have more of a part. Think about how much Barclay was used in his episodes. For Voyager. Yeah. A lot. Even Marina Sirtis in her one with Barclay. She's in a happy amount. Like, she's a great role in that. Because she's like the big part of the episode. So actually they're having more to do because they are valued more because they're being brought in specially. Annoying.
BJ, Turan, $2.
Thank you.
They should just do a Klingon miniseries or film.
And the irony is, you could just hire Ronald D. Moore, who's still making TV, who basically invented the Klingon mythos. You could bring him in again and do a movie.
Yeah.
And it'd probably be amazing. He's a good writer who does good things. Just saying. But that'd be too easy, wouldn't it?
Would be. And Dan Ben says Alex Kurtzman wanted to do this Academy show for years. The Academy show that had been talked about since the early 80s.
And also was one of the ideas, it sort of was 09. That was an Academy movie for a bit. He's already done it once.
Yeah.
Which one in the Academy? As stupid as that is.
There was even a series of books, Starfleet Academy,
God, yeah.
with Kirk and Spock, and yeah.
I believe they had actually written the script for, or at least a version of the script with young Spock, Bones, and McCoy meeting, and the flash forwards would have been with the original cast. I believe they actually got written into a first draft, I believe.
That's interesting.
I think so.
All right, Mark Lawrence, $5. They could have a class on shuttle bay logistics. Question. Class, what is the final step after a shuttle lands and powers down the bay? Answer. Shut the fucking door. Shut the door.
Close the damn door, yeah. I mean, there could easily be a shuttle bay hangar in the Academy building that keeps door open because, you know, that's okay. That'd be different. I'd be okay with that. It would look kind of cool.
Yeah. Sussy Guru 2000 throws in another €5, so thank you. Any of the Star Trek Discovery characters becoming instructors only reminds me of the "Okay, Grandpa, let's get you to bed" meme. What do they have to teach? Well, I think Stamets' arc was kind of heading that way because scientific luminary, not happy with the title. His drive is now defunct essentially for this new Pathfinder drive. I think they might have been hinting that something like that might be coming, but of course they dropped that ball.
Well, they thought they were getting another season, so.
Well, yeah.
Hinting. Yeah, I mean, they all have something to teach if they're forcibly characterized that way. As in, now suddenly Detmer is amazing at this. It's like, is she? Oh, okay. Didn't mention it once in 7 years, but okay. Or 5 seasons, 7 years. But, I mean, Detmer is a good pilot. She could pilot. I mean, she didn't pilot much, but she piloted some. Stamets is definitely spore tech. And
you know what?
Yeah.
You know what their first mission should be? Should be set a year after the events of Discovery, and be like, so we have to go rescue a ship. It's been out there for a while. It's on its way back to Starfleet HQ. It's an old Constitution class from the Mirror Universe. Poor Detmer and Awashika on impulse power with no working systems still aren't home yet. We need to go rescue them, and you can maybe learn some things about history and the Mirror Universe at the same time. Let's go.
They ran out of food, so they put themselves in cryosleep, yeah. Because they didn't think how long an impulse trip would take. Like 10 years. This reminds me, because I was about to say, Starfleet could just slipstream to them in like a day. Boom, done, right? Wherever they are, half a day, 4 hours. But that reminds me of Prodigy, where the Voyager gets the Solemn Homeworld that day, and it takes Gwen 6 months.
Yeah. Yep. And every shuttle episode in Star Trek just.
It never made sense in TNG, but it was an 80s show, so it was allowed to have a bit less logic. But again, why are you sending Gwen on a 6-month trip? Just transwarp with her, slip through as easiest. Quick! Why are you wasting 6 months of everyone's lives? Wasting it, guys. You task me with your bullshit. You task me.
Crazy Pants says, at this point, isn't Star Trek basically sort of dead? No, not at all.
Nope. Oh, weird.
It's got a lot of untapped potential for sure.
Well, he also thought we were doing a video game discussion because of the Academy video game. I didn't think Rob Picardo and Mary Wiseman were in that video game because it was made in the 90s, but was Mary Wiseman even alive when that thing came out? Probably. Let's have a look.
Maybe.
Gosh, she's 40 next year. Boy, they were misleading about her age in the start of the season. 37, which was meant to be 18.
She's the same age as Sylvia. Sylvia just turned 40. 10 years younger than me. Perfect.
That is crazy to think that her age was like 12 years off the characters. And you wonder why she looked older very, very quickly. It's like, yeah, because she was older.
Yeah.
So she was born in 1985. Oh yeah, definitely Starfleet Academy was after that.
If Raj says if Data is still alive, he could make an appearance too.
Hadn't thought of that, actually.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
How much would Brent charge to be in that? So much. I mean, we've never seen Brent and Robert Picardo together. Two sentient AIs that can die. I mean that'd be a twist.
What a twist. The brilliant thing, honestly, is you can bring back anybody because of holodeck technology.
Yeah.
I could have a conversation with Picard or Will Riker or anybody from Lower Decks for some reason. Live action version.
Yeah. It's just, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Dan Ben. In Strange New Worlds, there's that character that's still alive after thousands of years. Yeah, Lanthanite. Pelia. Yeah, have some Lanthanite show up.
Like a day over 2000 in either era. Mm-hmm. I mean, again, this is me being amazingly fancy, but if I was them,
buckle up, everybody, grab your popcorn.
If you want to get even more bold, then you start episode 1 of the Academy show with this room, this Federation-looking room, and outside's a vista, and the vista's the LED wall because the set's on an LED wall, and it's Earth, San Francisco, or Paris, and then in walks Jonathan Archer, older president of the Federation, and he's giving a speech to an alien, some important alien. It's a really important moment. And as Scott Bakula's giving a great scene, it's really impactful and it's really whatever. Then it freezes, and the Academy students walk in, and then the lecturer, whoever that is, gives context about the scene, and it's like, oh damn, we can do this in this show. It's like, yes, we can. That'd be the other way of doing it, saying we are going to explore the history of Trek in an organic way, and honestly, you just have fun with it because none of it affects canon in a present day way. And you can tell the computer to extemporize, like, computer, continue the scene, but now I'm going to interact, and I just make whatever you want, right?
One of the things that has been stated about its first Starfleet Academy class since the burn. So yeah, that's a perfect way to start out, is like the history of Starfleet. Yeah. I totally love that.
Yeah. And you would never think, imagine that you make a riff on how terrible the Takuvama intro was coming out of his eye, and it's like, oh my god, that Klingon. You start in Scott Bakula's eye, coming out, it's like, hey, it's Scott Bakula! Fuck! What? Shit! That's awesome!
Yeah.
It's the exact same shot, but better. Or imagine, looking at San Francisco, and then you see a shoulder, and then it's his voice saying, well, as my dad once said, you gotta fly against the wind, fly with the wind. Whatever that saying was. He turns around and like, oh my god, it's Scott Bakula. God, he looks old. But he is old, it's fine. Like, you could instantly win. instantly win this show if you do stuff like that. It's so easy to win this show. It's the only show you can do it with a real sense of nostalgia, because anything TNG before, even Enterprise, would be like, that's only a few Enterprises ago. Wow, the Silent Federation. In the Academy show, it's us looking back to like George Washington. It's so long ago we can't even relate to it, right? It's so its own thing. It's ancient history. It feels like, or Henry VIII, right? Henry VIII is so dramatized in everything, as is everything in Shakespeare's time. It's drama, even though it was history. It's now drama. So at that point, you can bring back Enterprise crew as drama, even in the sense of how you play it, and you can have fun with it. And it's such an easy thing. Yes.
Yeah. Crazy Pants wants to know who Daniels is. He's the time agent from Enterprise.
Oh God, yeah, he could come back.
And he's also Kovich.
I thought that.
From Discovery.
Why?
So.
Yeah, why wouldn't he be in it? Actually.
Exactly.
I hadn't even thought that.
Sussy Guru 2000, member for 34 months at the rank of captain. Here's an idea. At the end of every season, the main cast dies due to a mistake they made as a lesson to next season's class.
Bold. And if you have to kill Rob Picardo, you got the second one backed up, ready to go.
Exactly. Eric Martin, $20. Thanks so much, Eric.
Amazing.
Set in the 32nd century, Terry from Picard Season 3 not involved. Both concern me. Picard Season 3 was so successful, but they seem to want to ignore all of that and do whatever they want on a disco timeline. Ugh, not sure what to think.
Well, it's because they've built up the Discovery art design. That's all their team. That's not relying on anything old. I mean, they've actually ignored stuff in their shows from other shows. You know, not real Klingons, not real whatever. Like, you know, that's their thing. That's their Star Trek. So of course they want to celebrate and diversify their own thing.
Yeah, and Dan Ben says, in Enterprise, Daniels mentioned that they built time travel stuff at their school desks. There you go. So maybe one of the classes is time travel.
Unbanned.
Maybe they actually... Sure. It's only for training purposes can you use time travel. Go back in time and witness a historic event just to teach your class. No.
It's not a hard show to make in that you do so many cool things. Yes, if you did, even though of having the tech be so easy, right? Yeah, if you have, you can build a like a time turn from Harry Potter or an Omega 13. Like, oh, it takes 10 pieces of tech that we easily have, and you can go back 6 minutes, and the entire story is just a sort of joke, and that the guy wants to undo a test. Like, I mean, bigger slightly, but like that concept, and it just keeps going at 6 minutes, and no one knows the wiser, is a really fun idea by itself. How is these hyper advanced techs applied when, of course, this stuff is hundreds of years old tech? Right? What if he can, you know, build a warp capable little pod in his garage? Because it's easy tech, right? Now, it would get farcical and fanciful because it's almost like a fantasy at that point, right? But it's logical. It's silly, but it's logical. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, what do you think? Is that too much? Is that? I mean, it's always
too much.
Yeah.
I think it's too much. I love that they put a restriction on time travel, but how are you going to enforce that? That's the issue.
Yeah.
But it's fine.
Yeah. Once time travel, always time travel.
Not a band account, $2. We need Academy to be darker, serialized show. No, we don't. Stop it.
So we just had that, I feel like, for years. Like, part of Strange Worlds was there was a light show. It was a fresh show. It was actually fresh by not being dark.
Sergeant Montgomery, $2. Daniel's time traveling history teacher. Oh, that'd be fucking great. He'd be a perfect history teacher. I met Archer once. Sure you did. Oh, man. No, seriously.
Yeah.
That'll work.
I mean, but as we said before, his vibe became a little bit less interesting the more we learned about him, because that's the nature of a mystery box character, right? Now, it's a fine payoff, but where you could take that is unknown. He should be in the show, but also that would be possibly too big. If you're on a simple show, having a ex-time agent, head of whatever, is a pretty big thing to do. So you can easily see as like, oh, don't include him. Or it could be a fun payoff. It's not a hard show to write, Stuart. Give me the show, I can easily write it. And on budget as well. Unless Scott back to charge like $1 million. It's like, well, Scott, babe. Not doing it.
Not a banned account. Throws in $2 and
Thank
says
you.
Discovery and Strange New Worlds are prime timeline, says Paramount. Yeah, they definitely think it is. Yep. I don't disagree.
Can you imagine? I've said this God knows how many times. First scene, William Shatner, Captain Kirk, giving a lecture.
Oh, it's like the Starfleet Academy game.
Yeah, yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, and it's obviously Hollow Shatner, but it's Hollow Shatner as if he didn't die. Like, maybe he's one of the favourite lecturers of the Academy. And it's like 94-year-old Shatner came back to play Kirk in a logical way that's amazing, with all the experience he's learned, and to add something, and well, he's not the most respected character anymore because of whatever, CBS. If you have even one scene of him as this ultra-respected, top-tier professor, that shows that his legacy lasted hundreds of years into the future. And for Shatner to be able to do it 60 years later is obscene that he's that conscious and able to do an acting probably still well, I'm sure. You'd have such a successful zeitgeist moment. I mean, the Fields, as long as they, made it not the... it's like Brian Blessed, right? There's the Brian Blessed who acts and the Brian Blessed caricature of himself. If you had him actually have a really good, deep scene as Kirk, really give you a scene, kind of like LeVar, right? Deep scenes being brought back, then you'd be like, damn, this is worth it. Could you imagine, even if the first scene, god damn it, is Kirk and Picard hollow debating?
Wow, that would be amazing. It's not going to happen.
Bring them both back for one. No other show makes sense. Not even Picard. I mean, blow the budget on the first season and the first episode almost, but the level of zeitgeist that would be on streaming. And can you imagine the trailer? Oh my god. Okay, Stuart, ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm buckled in.
Okay, so picture this. The entire season has lectures every episode where they go back to the Picard and Kirk joint lecture, hollow version of themselves. And they film them all in 2 days, therefore low budget, and it's just them speeching to the class as if it's like a wraparound story of this is the class they're taking as the Academy. And so you actually get Picard and Kirk in the entire season adding lore, adding vibe. We both get speeches, and you get to have this amazing, cheap, relatively cheap for the time, because you can't charge that much for 2 days. Just two standing at podiums, right? That's all it is, but it's like, wow. And you have them in the entire season as hollow people. I mean, talk about... can you imagine the trailer, like with Seven in the Picard one, ending with this shot? Are you sure about that, Jean-Luc? Well, I was sure the last time I checked. Hard cut, they're both at podiums in their original uniform because they could say hollow, whatever. And like, oh my god! That broke the internet, right? It's so fucking easy.
We're just building ourselves up with all these great expectations.
Like, I know it costs like $1 million to do, or 400,000 just for 2 actors for 2 days. Fine. The zeitgeist, the way I just framed that, to have 10 scenes in 10 episodes, whatever.
Fleetpaw is here to save the day. $5. I dislike YouTube more and more every day. Never notifying anymore. Never fear, Fleetpaw is here. I will withhold judgment, but I hope so. Fleetpaw, you know the routine. This time of day, during the week, odds are pretty good we're going to be live. So don't rely on YouTube notifications.
As goes to all of you. You have... There's only 5 days in a week, and we're probably live 3 of them. So the chances are more than 50-50 we're going to be live that day. That's how math works.
Sure. Raj, though, says, what do you think what they should do for the first episode and first season? The first season should be a hunt for a MacGuffin. You know what the MacGuffin is? The remote control for the shuttle bay door on Discovery.
And they find Discovery and Nebula with Craft. It's like, what? We're doing this? Shit!
Yes! with the help of Time Agent Kovic.
And Duquesne. He brought him back. Fuck it. He was the guy from Picard. Fuck it.
Oh, he should have been. Oh, that pissed me off so much.
We were so happy.
Bruh.
We were so happy. We were so happy and then so destroyed.
Not a band account. $2. Bring back Kirk from the stasis pod in the station. Yes.
You could do that. That'd be a waste of him for 600 years, but you could do it.
You could do a lot of things, and they're not going to do any of them. They're going to do their own thing, and that's fine.
But the question is it going to be teen drama with hyper-modernistic language that doesn't feel Star Trek, that feels out of place, with the most basic bitch concerns, taking screen time, you're thinking, why are we dealing with this kid's mum's cancer diagnosis? I don't care. This is any show. Use a fucking dermal generator, it's fine. Analgesic cream. Get Phlox. Ancient Phlox. He's still alive somehow, right? Denobins, last 1,000 years, who knows?
Phlox fixed the Borg assimilation, man.
He's a smart cookie.
Right?
He's a really smart cookie, actually.
Oh my god.
There's so many exciting things, Stuart. So many exciting things!
As we've said with a lot of these shows, like the Lower Decks and Prodigy, there's such potential. There's so much that we could see. It's untapped potential. There's so much out there, really. And then we get into the shows, and some of them deliver. I mean, Prodigy far exceeded my expectations, even though I said it was going to be good from the beginning. Lower Decks, again, we didn't know what to expect from an animated comedy. It's fantastic. But then you get, like, Picard, which the first 2 seasons were absolutely just a goddamn kick to the nuts. Season 3, because of Terry Metalis, elevated that bar, like, way up. Like, fantastic. This is what Season 1 should have been. So, all the speculation is getting me like, hey, that could be good. That could be... I would love to see that. And then we're going to get into it, going in with high expectations, and just be dashed on the rocks.
It's frustrating because I've given you so many effective things you could do, and not that I've ever actually made TV, because I haven't made TV, but I feel like I could do most of what I just said on budget or something of the ilk. I could work out a way and make it make sense.
Not a bad account. $2. Will Academy reflect modern American politics? Probably not. The world does not revolve around America. And no. So let's not talk about that.
That's how political the producers are. The safest bet is to use Star Trek politics and ignore real politics.
Yep.
A la and any algo you want to make. And there's a Tellarite professor who is extra pissy to the point where he actually wants to be mean. There's a slight distinction there, and he becomes a really antagonistic character because, like, oh no, he actually wants to be mean versus it's his cultural thing, and that becomes like dealing with dickish people because he's actually trying to be a dick. Yeah.
What about the Daystrom Museum of Dead Captains' Bodies? Will the future hold the answer to immortality? Sure, why not?
Yeah.
I may have to deal with a lot of drama from the cadets, finding out other cadets are hiding secrets and not trusting. Well, I like the idea that this is the first Starfleet Academy class for a while. So yes, you could get other factions that are trying to stop it, put in a student that's, a spy or some shit. Like, I'm sure it'll be some kind of political, like even with the Giamatti character, having a link to one of the students and being a Klingon.
I mean, they already had the first... It was Season 5. And Season 4 was the test year. But I assume they'll go over that simple fact by it being the first Earth
graduating class or something.
Yeah, exactly. All the first graduating class, but then they're not Academy cadets anymore, which becomes sort of redundant. It's fine, just then they're not cadets anymore.
Jamie says, I wonder if the Doctor will still use his mobile emitter. Oh, why? It's outdated tech at this point.
Oh, it is, yeah. Yeah.
Was it 29th century tech?
Yeah, he got round. It's now 200 years old, plus being, 700 years old, because it's old.
Yeah, he'll have some kind of new emitter or something.
Well, no, given that they can hollow anything with anything, I assume every single room, every corner, every bathroom has hollow emitters. I'd be shocked if there isn't hollow emitters everywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, we might even find something a la Red Dwarf, a hard light mobile emitter, an upgrade, which came out in the 31st century or the 30th century, whereby it makes holograms like human and it can last, like, as in you can't even phase it, like, yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It creates a physical hologram, even though the Doctor is physical, beyond that, to the point as he actually has a heartbeat, like recreates all the organs, and which in a sense also a downfall, because of course he has to deal with hunger or whatever, but, you know. Oh yeah, maybe a synth body as well. That's interesting.
Yeah. Raj says, if they get a ship, what do you think the name of the ship would be in the class? Well, I think the registry should be NCC 101. Get it? Like 101? No. Anyway.
Or NX 101, if you want to get a bit of fun connection.
And call it the USS Learned. I don't know.
USS Endeavour, endeavoring to learn. Honestly, you have the Voyager be a new recommissioned Voyager. Voyager's a very good name for a ship for Academy. We're voyaging. USS Frat Party. Wow, will there be Starfleet frats? Because there's stuff that could be really interesting for teen drama that you would not want in Academy. Like, do you want them to have sex with each other? That's a
Depends
really
how hot they are.
crazy. Well, that's a crazy thing to include for a Star Trek show, but that's what you sort of. That's a big part of any sort of teen drama. That level of boyfriend girlfriend, of cheating, of wow, I screwed him at a party after drinking rum with an ale. That'll be super weird to do. Really, really weird, but it would make for good drama. Like, pregnancy scares the Academy. It's like, what? But these are nonsensical topics. Like, people are better than that. I mean, humans do evolve to a certain extent. You know, another thing I was going to say earlier on. Originally in TNG, the stringentness to get into the Academy was absolutely astounding.
Yeah,
it was like 9,000 people per sector tried, and then each sector, which is several planets, was one person. And where's there to fight those 5 people? So it was like 50,000 people he beat that would have got in. He beat to get a place for multiple sectors. That big a thing. So they should all be the best of the best. So they can't be people who are like Boimler, honestly. You can argue that's Dominion War. They were way more desperate. They let anyone in who wanted to be in. But really, you would think if you want the next best Academy graduate class, only take best of the best, and that is not everybody. So there should not be these character traits that are problematic. Yeah.
I hope it's not teen drama-y, but at the same time, I think they might do that because their whole thing is we got to draw new audiences. So hit that demographic, which scares me. But hey, yeah.
But also, it would be interesting to see truly teen drama between a fully understanding the canon set of races. How would a Xindi Aquatic's drama, or a Xindi Reptilian's drama, be with a Gorn candidate, right? Like really crazy connective tissue sorts of interpolitics, and the culture differences, and how you understand the races, and you know, a Klingon dating a Ferengi, right? Like crazy weird in-universe pairings, or whatever, and you just use what we know about the character traits to would be really interesting, but it would be silly, but I would be interested. Well, it's like that one episode of TNG where you see a Ferengi scientist, a Klingon scientist, that was a weird. Those were an interesting pairing. It's just drama, right? That's all it was from those scenes, but it was interesting to have seen it before. So you could play into that effectively, just balance, right?
Yeah. Yes. PJ puts in $2. A bunch of 40 to 50-year-olds going back to college. Well, it'll be like 30-year-olds playing 18-year-olds probably. So, all good there. That's typical.
Like Discovery Season 1. But also, you know, you want to hire unknowns so they're cheap. and promising talent. And then if you hire 6 unknowns and 3 legacies, budget's about the same. You know.
Yeah. Anyway.
Bye, Chris. Have a good one. David. But yes. It depends. Like I said, I'm far more inclined for it to be a learning thing whereby they take a ship to planets, hold it to train other ones if it's not safe enough. And this history class to the past, not literally but figuratively on the holodeck or whatever. Even the Guardian Forever, they have. I mean, that could be a whole thing. They know Carl and they've negotiated training trips. Risky as that is, you know, you could play all these different fun things. What would be fun, another would be fun. This is not quite the same love letter as Robert Picardo, but hiring Michael Dorn as one of Worf's Ultra descendants.
Oh, Jesus Christ, no. I already had him as Colonel Worf.
That's what I mean, because then you're able to have Michael Dorn play a less made-up Klingon. He would insist on less makeup. That's fine, right? That's fine. He's a great Klingon. He could play a different role. So you are getting a legacy factor of a very good Klingon performance, but being a different Klingon. And I would certainly be inclined to watch if he's like in 7 episodes as a meaningful role.
Yeah.
That'd be fun. And not as Worf. You can actually have the effect while not having the cause of just playing Worf again. I would be fine with that. And seeing, you know, Picardo and Michael Dorn together. Because all these actors, of course, from all the different shows, have hung out at conventions for decades at this point. Having anybody back, they've all know each other. They all have a chemistry. It'd be fun to see how their unique chemistry plays on screen. Because they actually all have unique chemistry, right?
Yeah. Sussy Guru 2000 puts in €5. I saw old clips of actual high school students from the 80s. They really did look like 30-year-olds. They didn't, though. I was there, bruh.
Let me have a look.
And all the teachers looked like old ladies and old men, and now you see the teachers and you're like, God damn.
Yeah, but you're also the age that they are, so you're going to organically think they're hotter. I don't think 18-year-olds, I think they're teachers necessarily.
Have you seen some of the... Oh,
no, I haven't. I'm not at school.
Anyway.
Okay, 1980s high school. Let's have a look.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Mark Lawrence, $2. An episode of Just the Cetacean Students.
I'd watch that. That's a good idea. That's dumb. I like it. And all humans have to wear full breathe apparatus to kind of work with them. It's just like, today, class, we'll learn in-station ops. Really? Yeah, from their perspective. Oh, okay.
Put on your scuba gear. Going in.
Although I guess you could do like hollow scuba gear that like lets you wiggle and whatever, like a cetacean.
Sure.
Yeah.
Anything's possible.
Gosh, hair was crazy in the 80s, wasn't it? They had some odd ideas.
Yeah.
How do they make hair that puffy? It's like hair was not naturally that.
Hairspray. Lots of hairspray and teasing. You gotta tease the hair with a comb, and then you spray it, and you tease it, and you spray it.
Where was the
That's what caused the hole in the ozone layer. Was all the fucking hairspray being used in the 80s.
Why was there not lovely, sleek hair with gentle curves, really pretty, simple? It's like, let's have...
That was the 50s, with the nice, like, beautiful hair with little curlies at the bottom. You know. Yeah, Jet Reno's going to be in this.
Oh, God, yeah. And... not Pet. Yeah, did they say Pet? No, there's a... Jet and someone else. They announce...
There was somebody else. We were surprised Vance was in it. Tilly's only a guest star.
Shall I watch our live again so we can...
Picardo's a regular, apparently. I don't watch the live again.
No,
Jet Reno's in it as a regular.
Although they did show the cast. They did a welcome to the cast video, so we know a lot of the youth, but they are all younger. Like they are generally look. There's a pretty diverse mix of people and whatnot. So they do look young and whatnot.
And no, Sergeant Montgomery, we don't have any bios for these characters yet, or the people.
Oh, it was Tilly who we're thinking of as a surprise. Like the 4, it was Tig, it was Vance, it was Tilly, and it was Doctor. Those are the 4 that were announced. Legacies.
Michael Dorn as Chancellor Moog, son of Worf, grandson of Martok, son of great grandson of Moog, son of Worf, etc. of the House of Martok, slayer of Gowron, and maker of good chamomile tea.
And the official drink on Kronos is prune juice.
Yes.
It escalated through the ranks.
It's a half and half mix of prune juice and blood wine.
Prune wine. Somehow bloody than blood wine. Don't know how. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, that's gonna...
Waxing all poetic about this show that's probably going to be a letdown.
but we don't know what to expect. They could take severely different tracks with it.
They could really hit it out of the park and it'd be amazing. A lot of people are not going to watch it because it's set in the 32nd century. It's based off Discovery. A lot of people are just going to write it off immediately. So.
And Devereaux, they're filming now, so they would have had character bios beforehand because they're filming. I think Robert says filmed 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, like right now.
Yeah. And Dan says, "Do you think we will see the Doctor's backup program from Voyager Living Witness?" I'm not sure how far in the future.
We've answered this.
We've already talked about this.
4 or 5 times.
They could both be there. Yeah.
Go back and watch the start. That was what I first thing we talked about. I mean, if this is the cheapest show that lets them hire guest stars and go to fun locations, right?
Yeah.
I mean, certainly they won't do this because it doesn't make as much logical sense, although I go for logic and canon. It's probably a flaw. If they built a future version of the Botanical Gardens in LA, so the same basic floor plan but with a modernized building, so you're like, clearly it's the same style of building, that'd be beautiful, right? As I said when that was announced, like building that level of exterior set means they can film all the stuff on the quad while having to walk onto an LA Botanical Garden. But why not build it to look roughly the same? Like, because it'll make sense why building 900s in the future. But you know, if you're symbolically saying we're rebuilding the Academy on Earth, and that building was the same from say for 100 years, what if that's the golden age of the Academy, right? What if they say we're going to rebuild it looking similar because we love that thing, and that'd be a wonderful testament to the show.
And yeah, Jamie, you're right. I think bringing the Doctor will bring in viewers that are on the fence for sure. But I like Sergeant Montgomery's comment, the great EMH merger. Wouldn't it be great if the Doctor is actually the Doctor from Voyager and his program is starting to fail after all this time, so they have to find the Living Witness Doctor because they just recently reactivated him, technically speaking, and combine the programs.
Oh, yeah, true.
To kind of save his life. That'd be kind of cool, actually.
That is true. We think about it as being in the 90s, but no, is brought about in the modern.
Yeah.
That's a really interesting point, yeah. Yeah. I don't know what to say.
Well, hit like if you haven't, guys. 48 of you here, 67 likes. Also, go vote in the poll. 139 votes. We should probably end that poll because we didn't end the one yesterday, by the way. TNG.
Excellent.
But anyway, so we'll end this poll.
Yep.
What show are you most excited for? Well, Lower Decks Season 5 wins with 48%.
Oh.
Strange New World Season 3 with 41%.
Oh.
And Starfleet Academy 11%.
Oh.
Yeah.
Now, I might be bad at math, but 11 is a bit lower than 48.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, right now, there's 48 people here. I want to see at least 15 people in the chat right now. If you had to summarize your excitement level for this show out of 100%, what would you say? And don't do a joke 1% answer, right? Genuine number, percentage of excited, right? Genuine answer. What would your excitement be? Stuart, what would you give a genuine, true, non-bullshit excitement level of 100%, would you say?
71%.
Okay.
How about you?
I was going to say 60-something, to be honest. Because I'm very much lower expectations and be appreciative of what we get. Because I don't think it's going to be great, but it could be great depending on the storyline. So I'd say like 65 63.
Yeah.
So there you go. You're more excited than I am. That's why I'm the person who's been positive.
Well, Sussy Guru 2000 throws in another €5. So thank you. Maybe they'll put the EMH into a golem. That's why he looks old. Well, we don't know he looks old. That's a picture altered by Sam to be a dickhead.
What?
What? I knew that would cause problems.
And all that's why it's there. And also the fun is the hologram. As I said earlier, EMH has never expressed a want to be more human. He's a sentient life form who likes who and what he is. He just wants to be able to go more than just in one room. He doesn't ever want to be human. Like, that's not who he's a he knows the hologram. He embraces it, right? Data was different. EMH has feelings. Like, it's a whole different ballgame. Yeah, him being a golem would be a weird reverse go backwards on how cool he is.
Well, let's look at some of these percentages. We got 47%.
Okay.
8%.
Okay.
20%. 5 out of 10.
50%. Okay.
69%, of course, from Fleet Pa. Good call out there. 45, 5, 60, 87.1701.
Wow.
50-50, 50%, 50%, 1.1%, 25%, 40%,
Wow.
35%. Well, there you go. Some good numbers. I'm the highest out of all of you.
Wow.
I win.
Wow. Yeah. So BJ, why 1.1? That is basically I hate it, I want it to burn in hell. I mean, honestly, right? That's not even a score. That's a slap. I mean, I don't know, but yeah. But why?
BJ says, I stopped watching Disco, so I'm not looking forward to this show. But if it turns out okay, then I'm happy my 1.1% was misinformed. And Sergeant Montgomery changes his to 17.01%.
I see what you did there.
We all did with the first one.
Oh, you all got it?
I mean, I hope so.
Oh, I thought I was being clever.
No.
JK. Yeah. Okay. Another quickfire community poll, right? Again, be honest, guys. Even if you're at 1.1%, and again, everyone right now in the chat, what are you more excited for? Star Trek Starfleet Academy or Star Trek Section 31?
Just put Academy or 31. Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
ACAD or 3-1? Let us know, because that puts in some contrast of how you actually feel. Because I am more excited for Academy than Section 31.
You had a Freudian slip there for a second.
Yep. I don't know why.
Dude, I don't know who you are anymore. Sure you're not a changeling?
Yeah. And of course, the irony is, had they frickin' showed Monster Maroons in the Section 31 show, they would have had an instant win, even if it'd been a bad movie. They didn't, and they're not going to. They're going to say, fuck you, and they're not going to do it.
Academy, 31, Academy,
Okay.
Academy by thousands of kilometers. 31%. Academy. Section 31. Section
okay,
31.
Donnie, really? That's interesting.
Disappointing. Oh, okay.
Interesting.
Sussy Guru 2000 throws in another €5. I'm at the level of I'm only going to watch your reviews and only watch the show if you rave about how great it is. Well, we do tell it like it is, good and bad. So we're
Yes.
pretty good. We're a pretty good metric to measure against as far as that goes. So, yeah.
But finally, Stuart, we can see the ships of Discovery being brought to the fore. We can see the Constitution class, Stuart, hero ship warping in with its 3,500 decks of windows that you're a big fan of, and its nacelles you absolutely adore, coming in and doing kick-ass things. You can see that finally, Stuart. Finally. Plug! Check out our recent look at this Constitution class. Came out this last Saturday. A rather in-depth. In fact, I think the 4K renders I did originally, looking at the new Connie, Really happy with the lighting, really happy with the vibe. We learned new things I never knew about the ship, because how the hell could you? You couldn't see in the show. And it was a lot of fun to do a review on. So go check that out. Came out 4 days ago. 8.7 thousand views. Go give it a watch. And if you want to watch a much older episode, the episode before that, the Clone Cleave ship, filmed a little while ago.
Brad Smith says, I bet they cry more than disco.
I mean, do you want to make that bet? Are we betting? I disagree. Oh, it's only Michael Byrne that cried anyway. Anyway, right? It wasn't like everyone did it. It was just her. Just her.
I thought Brad was talking about us.
Oh. If it's bad, we might. Hopefully not.
What is the full title of this show? Starfleet Academy? Star Trek, Starfleet Academy, Star Trek Academy?
Yes.
I think it's Star Trek, Starfleet Academy.
I mean, it'd have to be, right? Logically?
Yeah.
Don't know. Look, I'm excited as much as it could be great. Anything could be great, of course, but it could be great.
Could also suck balls.
But, counter. But can it be worse than Discovery Season 1? I don't think it could be. I feel like that is an absolute pinnacle of achievement. Yes?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily believe you though, based on the way you said that.
Joe Brown. There you go. Phyllis Tilly is in it, so there's that. Yeah, that's one of the reasons I want to. That's why my percentage was so high. I get to see Tilly again.
Oh yes, you're at 69%, weren't you?
No, I wasn't. I was higher than that. I was in the 70s, but yeah, definitely 69 now. I've changed it. Thank you.
So I brought you down a bit. I've made you go down to Tilly's level and go down on her being in the show.
Yeah.
Excellent.
All the things you just said.
And
you're an awful human being.
Oh. But if Paul is going to be a great looking Klingon, that's awesome. Bloody well should be. They got a great reaction. Stranger was, or it's no reaction because it was so effective. Just yeah. Good Klingons. Good job. Just do that again. Don't change them at all. Just Klingons be Klingoning, right? It's all good. Or have smooth heads. Have smooth heads and ridge heads and Discovery. Bit of everything. Be weird, but you could.
We've talked about this before too.
Okay, first episode, Stuart. I'm changing the plot. You ready?
Oh, good God.
Starfleet Academy, the first episode. We start on a ship floating in space. A spotlight appears on it, and it's clearly a Discovery era Klingon raider with 2 people aboard in cryostasis. The ship is beamed aboard, and 2 Klingons wake up with a full head of makeup, and they say, "Justice! And a Klingon captain walks aboard who's in full normal makeup. He's like, "Hello, gents." No. It's fine. Talk normally. No, guys. It's fine. We're all friends here. And then that's the joke. Just how stupid they are. Discovery Season 1, everyone.
Envy your constitution. Yes. You should do an AI Starfleet Academy chat GPT script. I love that idea.
Although only 20 of you will show up, so.
And not put in ideas to further the plot. Yeah.
That's part of the play. But yes, do guys join the Aero Stories when you see them, because they are a lot of fun and very interesting. Genuinely very interesting. Which people show up because they are a lot of fun.
Mr. Captain 93, we talked about that. So will Earth be back in the Federation, and will be back in San Francisco? Who knows? Be kind of cool if they did, but
yes. But we've got another 17 minutes. What I'd love to do, as we did for other ones, is super chat, $2, a character you'd like to see, and we'll debate it briefly. Quick fire, who you'd most like to see. I've got a number I'd like to see for the live. So throw in some names and let's see. if we think they should be in the show. I say $2, $1, whatever. Just throw some ideas out that you want us to talk about for the last 16 minutes. Quick fire discussion.
We also don't have to go for another 16 minutes. So if nobody super chats, we might end early.
Yeah.
Just saying.
For sure.
You don't have to drag these out to 2 hours when there's nothing to talk about. I'm just saying.
That's why I threw in anything to talk about.
Perfect.
Yeah. Anybody could be in it, but should anybody be in it? God, can you imagine if they went like they went Might and Man with it and brought in bloody Neelix? Like the character no one would think, and it's like, what? And full makeup, like not at all changed. And it's like he brought back Neelix, and then can you imagine if like Neelix, and then the Doctor's like, oh. That's not what I was expecting, and it's like, wow, we're doing Neelix storyline, and shit, okay, I'll be totally fine with that. That'd be great.
Fleet Paw throws in $2 and says Quark.
Oh, now that's fun actually, because Armin did do a full costume fitting for a convention in the UK about 5 years ago, which I do regret now not doing. It was like $85 for a picture, or 90, but like it was no data passed. It was amazing how. They obviously got a real makeup and a real person. They got one of the original ladies who did it. And it was like, holy shit, that looks perfect. Because they did the ones for Nog and Rom and we've seen, and they're nowhere near as good. Because it's like, no offense, but they can't spend hours and they can't use a proper makeup. That one's a proper version. Absolutely astounding. So yeah, they could make him look exactly the same and bring him back in. And if you pay him enough, he'll do it. Yeah, I mean, it'd be fun. Don't know how it'd be logical. Or would you want to see, or could you see him as on the Ferengi character? So Armin back as a Ferengi. As a, there's a fourth Ferengi, yeah. How excited would you be to bring Armin back?
Yay!
It's okay,
super excited.
Man, mixed messages there.
Anyway, let's get to the other one. Joe Brown, $2. Linus. Yeah, Linus can come back. That's fine.
Just Saurian, yeah, bring a Saurian. Totally up for Saurian, yeah.
Sergeant Montgomery, $2. Barclay deserves a broccoli dish at the Academy.
I mean, they wouldn't hire him for various reasons, though I totally would again. I mean, well, the Doctor, yeah, imagine the reverse. Imagine the Doctor walking to the holodeck and asking for Barclay, he needs Barclay's help. Like the reverse of what used to be the case back in the day. Yeah, I mean, that'd be fun. Don't think he'd do it, but that'd be fun.
Yeah. Mark Lawrence, $2. Cisco comes back. Whoops, 1,000 years too late. If you could get Avery Brooks back, that'd be amazing. But they're not going to happen, so don't do that.
That would be a mic drop, though. Because that's hard to get them. Because Shatner just throw enough money at him. Avery might just say no. Or not even pick up the phone. That'd be interesting.
Fleet Pod, $2. Reese, Owa, Detmer, Rice, Raynor, Burnham.
Raynor, yes.
Raynor for sure.
Yes. Dude, that'd be obvious. Yeah, bring him back as a guest captain. Because he stole the show in that season, as we know. Yeah, he'd be a proper, like, I'd welcome him back.
Yeah, they could all come back. I'd be fine with that. Even Detmer.
But him coming saying, we need help from a group of cadets to do this, and this. 100%. Yeah, brilliant.
Sussy Guru 2000 throws in €10. Thank you.
Beautiful.
They bring back Tuvok, and because he knows that a character's actions must inevitably follow from the character's established traits, he realizes he is in one of Paris's holonovels. Okay. Interesting.
I mean, it would be fun to have kind of meta. They know they're on a holodeck and they just chat, but that's happened many a time in other things. That would be fun. I mean, Tuvok would be great. I feel like they would want to encourage, like if I mean they're pretty loyal, are the Voyager cast. You would think that if Robertson won, he would suggest, I mean, do you want Robert back or Garrett? And maybe by the 32nd century he's a captain. Garrett Wang, Kim, maybe? Maybe? Just?
Eric Martin, $2. Guinan could run the campus bar and just listen. Sure.
That's a big get. Given how little she was in Picard, I think it should do that. Okay, I could see Guinan. Be weird, but although she get Pellier and Guinan in a room together. You again. Yes. Oh, it's you. Always for the damn hats. You've not grown. I haven't grown in 4,000 years. Not nicer anyway. That writes itself, to be fair.
Yeah. Ozzy throws in $2. Sir, it's another starship, the Flag, USS Foley.
Bring the Foley class.
No, don't do it.
Do it! God, can you imagine if one day they name a ship the Trekyards or the Foley? God, they wouldn't go through sense necessarily, but like, imagine our names popping up. Captain Foley appears, and it's like, you got a bloody ship.
I wouldn't love that, but they're not going to do that. They know we exist, so they're going to deliberately steer clear of those names.
And Mike could have done it for years.
I know. That's disappointing.
Mm-hmm. Soji? Actually, I wouldn't mind. Actually, she could be... Well, Wesley. I mean, that'd be a weird play.
Yeah,
but,
you said it just as Mr. Captain 93's Wesley comment came in.
Yeah, it would be weird, but you could.
Yeah.
And it'd be kind of funny if you had him literally from, like, during the Prodigy season, he's non-linear, so he has to go into the future during that season. He's mid-story. He's like, right, I'm stealing the Protostar on this other universe. It's like, what? Huh?
72 likes, 41 people here. Hit that like button. I want to get to 75. I want 3 more likes. Fleet Paw throws in $2 and says Q. Q could absolutely show up. That would be fantastic.
I mean, he's appeared in so many shows and it always feels like it's weird he hasn't. As in, he could appear in Stranger Worlds and be funny. Actually, the tone would be perfect for him. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Actually. And they don't know his age, so it's irrelevant for him looking old or not with them. He can show up, be as old as he is now, and not think different. Yeah. Actually, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And Dan Ben, £2. We need a gardener like Boothby.
Yes, actually.
Need a mentor character, yes.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Just have some really
Words
low-key...
of wisdom.
Yeah. Just have some really low-key... Or even like maybe like Vance's old mentor at the Academy, who's now a gardener. So like there's a bit of connection there.
Eric Merton, maybe Admiral Archer's prize beagle will finally show up. It just materializes on the desk one day.
I mean, yeah, they know about the Kelvin timeline. They know about the Narada. Maybe they go back to the Kelvin time and bring Chris Pine in.
Nice.
I mean, Harry Mudd, Rainn Wilson. It would be. You mean Dwight? Dwight coming back.
Oh, the actor's name's Rainn Wilson, but yes.
Well, now I know who he is as Dwight. Hadn't seen him yet as Dwight.
Ah.
So really, he's Mudd to me. But yes, yeah. I mean, holodeck. If they want to reference, I mean, hey, if you want to go really weird, go Tyler Vok. Bring back Trekyard as a holo character, right? Oh my god, could you imagine if Shazad as Tyler puts himself in cryosleep until that point they thaw him out as a character?
I'd be fine with that.
That would be wild, but I would actually buy it. It's a ridiculous concept, but I'd buy it.
Yep. Yep.
And then he says, oh, do you know, guys, you can build a Red Angel suit in an hour with the garden shed. Really? Yeah. And season 2, you get a Red Angel suit, and you get a Red Angel suit, and you get a Red Angel suit. Flying. Amazing. So, if I haven't guessed every plot point in season 1, I'll be disappointed. I feel like I've got so many. I feel like I'm right on the pulse of the show. I feel like I'm in the minds of the writers. I'm there.
Sam.
Yeah.
Prepare to be disappointed. Fleet throws in $20. Thank you so much.
Oh my god.
Q shows up. John Luke isn't fun anymore, and Cisco punched me. Kathy won't mate with me. Now I'm here to fuck with Burnham, Vance, and Tilly, the Doctor, and my arch nemesis, Jet Reno. Her witty repartee cuts to the bone. Perfect. That should just be in the script. It's great. I love it.
Yeah. I mean, you can even have a ridiculous scene, and thank you, that really, really helps. You can even have this amazing... you remember Deadpool 2, where there's the rant about not being able to afford the X-Men characters, and then it cuts to a shot from the X-Men film when they were filming, where they're all in the room, and they just film a shot of them in that room for the Deadpool movie, so they get everyone as a bonus cameo. You can imagine if, John Delancey Q opens a portal somehow, like for some reason there's a gimmick of like a doorway, or like he walks from one step to another, and you see Picard from like inside the room, inside the other thing, and he's like, "Damn it, Q, I'm too busy." He's like, "Fine, I'll deal with someone else." That's his entire cameo through a doorway into another show, and that would be like, "Oh, cool, we got Patrick for," and that's actually his living room in New York. that's just his house. He didn't want to film anywhere else, and he's not in uniform. He's in his pajamas, and you know what? It's a great cameo. You're buying it, Stuart. Everything I'm saying, you're buying it.
Yeah. Storm King asks, so which timeline is this, Kelvin or Prime? Neither. It's the Discoverse. So, yep.
It is the apparent Prime timeline standardized thing, yes.
It's not the Prime timeline. I don't care what they say.
Excellent.
There's too much evidence pointing to the exact opposite of what they say. So
excellent.
Yes.
As long as we're both sides of this, we're fine. All is well.
Anywho's.
So we're in tomorrow, Stuart, on our lineup of lives as our last one before our Saturday Drunkyard special.
Oh,
Marie,
yeah.
my girlfriend's birthday, which I really want everyone to tune on.
Talking about the worst episodes of Trek. It's a tiered list. It's a viewer's choice. You guys get to choose the worst episodes and we rank them, I guess, from worst as S tier.
Yes. Yep.
Up to good, which is F.
Yes.
That's weird.
Yeah. How good at being bad they are, or how successful at being terrible. So, which is interesting because we just did the iconic episodes yesterday, which was amazing. That was a really fun live. We'll do a part 2 next week. And 2 of the worst episodes got A's out of the full list because that is a fair version. But are iconically bad episodes truly terrible? And I do think, Stuart, that Discovery, Picard, and it might be added a bit more to that list than yesterday's, which was not quite as much.
Maybe. Fleetpaw, $2. Wayun, 245. He looks like Jeffrey Combs. Weird.
Yeah. That'd actually be awesome. Have a hyper old Wayun clone do it. Yeah. Actually, that'd be really. We saw him on stage 2 months ago, and he was still there all the time. Well, yeah. Still the same charm. All right, guys. I think that's a great discussion for the day. I think we've learned a lot.
Yeah. It's actually a really good discussion. I really enjoyed it.
And if you're seeing this, showrunners, take that first scene with Picard. If you want to take that as a new intro, reshoot, have it. You got it. All good.
Yes. So join us tomorrow for the worst episodes, and join Sam and Marie on Saturday for their Drunkyards.
And maybe Stuart, if he has time.
We'll see. And anyway, thank you guys for joining us.
Yes.
If you haven't hit like yet, please do before you leave. Much appreciated. And we will see you tomorrow. So until then, he's Commander Cocking.
He's got a Foley. Bye,
everybody.